Let's talk about these trannies. All right. People say it's like this hateful word. I don't know why it's hateful. I think it's just short. Transgender. Tranny. Grandmother. Granny. Welcome to the English language, trannies.
Comedy used to be a space where anything could be said, where jokes pushed boundaries and challenged the way people saw the world. But in recent years, that space has been invaded by a new breed of audience members, woke hecklers, and perpetually offended individuals who show up not to enjoy the show, but to control it. For them, comedy isn't an art form. It's a platform to enforce their ever-changing standards.
I voted for Joe Biden, but that shit didn't feel great. Felt like I was giving Grandpa the keys to the Oldsmobile and telling him to drive to California. That was the best of a bad situation. I give credit where credit is due. I'm probably the most pro-anti-Trump comic out there. That
no, you're not.
Shut the fuck up!
No, shut the fuck up. As a white guy trying to talk for black people.
I'm not.
Bitch, no, you're not.
Yes, I wasn't.
No, you were.
You just tuned in.
You were trying to.
Well,
you were trying to.
For what? What are you upset about? It's not me.
No, and shut up. Any black person ever try to laugh at his fucking jokes? No.
Stop having fun, motherfuckers!
Go ahead, yeah, stop having fun.
Can we get her an order or something?
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah, no, that's what happens.
No, you're white, trying to like talk about, no. And
Comedians, however, aren't having it. They're starting to fight back, reclaiming the stage from those who would rather shut them up than laugh. Comedians are on the front lines of a war most people don't even realize is happening. They're not just fighting for the right to tell jokes, they're fighting for the right to speak freely. When a comedian destroys a heckler or shuts down a woke audience member, it's not just about preserving the sanctity of the show.
Like, think about it. Okay, say LeBron James changed his gender. You know what I mean? Okay, can he stay in the NBA? Or, because he's a woman, does he have to go to the WNBA where he will score 840 points a game? What does it actually mean to be equal? You know what I mean? Like, if women are actually equal to men, then there would be no WNBA, would there? You would just be good enough to play in...
If a single joke can't be told without scrutiny, then what's next? Where do we draw the line between offense and censorship? These interactions aren't just moments of conflict in a comedy club. They're skirmishes in a larger battle for free expression, even if it makes people uncomfortable.
College kids used to, everything has changed. Now the cruise ship people are like, make me laugh, I'm ready, yeah! And college kids are like, I'm ready to protest, I just don't know why yet. Should we protest now or wait till later? They're ready, they don't even know what to, they have the sign ready, they're just, what are we writing on this today? Chick-fil-A? Are we doing Chick-fil-A? Are we protesting Top Gun? What should we protest? We gotta protest something. They don't have fun. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So here's what happened. I get to the college, and the student advisor is the lady in charge. She goes, just so you know, we did not have a good experience with our last comedian, and we want to make sure that you understand this is the student safe space. This is, we don't want to trigger them. So all we ask is you don't talk about race, religion, politics, gender, sexuality, and don't make direct eye contact with them. Other than that, say whatever you want. We're really big into freedom of speech on this campus. I'm like, are you though? Really? Are you?
The power of woke culture lies in its ability to turn feelings into weapons. A single offended person can derail an entire show. They interrupt, shout down the comedian, and try to shame everyone else into agreeing that what was just said shouldn't have been said. But here's the problem. Comedy isn't meant to cater to everyone's sensitivities. It's meant to push limits, to say the unsayable. Comedians have always been the ones to say what everyone else is thinking, but too afraid to voice.
Triggered. Guys, very problematic. The way you shrunk my shit down and added a Y like we do with fucking everything. Hamstring. Australian. It's what we do. You ever have a friend who's like El Salvadorian? You're like Mexican. I'm not gonna say that whole fucking country every time I introduce you, Javier. Are you kidding? There's 15 syllables in your goddamn country. Shorten the fucking country. Pyramids, tacos, Mexico. That's what we're doing. Wrap it up. I know what some of you are thinking. You're like, what if you called someone Blackie?
So when an audience member demands a joke be taken back, they're not just expressing a feeling, they're trying to control speech itself. That's why these confrontations matter. Each time a comedian shuts down an offended heckler, they're refusing to let personal outrage dictate what can and can't be said. It's no longer enough for these hecklers to be offended quietly. They have to make a scene.
Punishable to total equality as it should be, of course. In England, the gay age of consent, same as heterosexuality now, 16, and even gay marriage. Although, ironically, the one place that was really ahead of the game fell behind a little at the last election, California. They had a referendum, they put it to the vote, and they voted no to gay marriage. I mean, in California, there's people going, that's why we moved here. I mean, it's a strange sort of bigotry that you can affect someone else's lifestyle that doesn't affect you back. It's not like they asked a bloke once, said, sorry, do you mind if these two men get married? He went, no, fine, okay, jack them off then. What? I didn't know that was going That doesn't happen, does it? That doesn't happen.
When a heckler tries to take that power, the stakes are high. If the comedian falters, the heckler wins, and everyone's attention shifts from the jokes to the controversy. But when a comedian handles it well, turning the interruption into part of the act, they expose the absurdity of the heckler's outrage.
Poor black, poor white. That was our neighborhood, you know? So I didn't feel any white privilege. I know some people had it, man, you know? I knew some motherfuckers with sweaters. But I was 2 tank tops in the winter, okay? And I just didn't feel it, you know? I wish I'd have had some white privilege, dude. Sign me up. But I didn't have it, man. It was just poor black kids, poor white kids, man. And my poor black friends would always be like, man, look what you did to us. And I'm like, dude, do you think I would do all that shit to y'all and then move right next door, bro? Now, we gonna split this plum or not, dog? We're in this together, man. It was hectic sometimes. Fighting with black kids is tough. I don't know if you ever fought a bunch of black dudes, but they win. They win, dude.
As more and more comedians find themselves under attack, a backlash is growing. Many are fed up with having to censor themselves, with walking on eggshells just to avoid offending someone. But now, the very act of making a joke, any joke, can land them in hot water. The result?
Please, I don't fucking understand that, you know? I understand it if, you want to switch around. I don't give a shit. But I'm a sports fan. That's a really new concept to me, that you can be a dude, right? Ranked 80th in the fucking world. You have your dick cut off, you put on a sports bra, and now you're the #1 tennis player in the world, just coming out there with your man shoulders. That doesn't seem fair. I might be wrong.
Pushing back against cancel culture and refusing to let their craft be reduced to sanitized, focus group-tested pablum. Comedy has always thrived on discomfort. It's about exploring the gray areas of life, the things we can't talk about in polite company. Woke culture, however, wants everything to be black and white.
Well, the only reason why I bring it up is some people thought maybe you went a little too far. You know.
As far as what?
Well, they thought that maybe you were being disrespectful to the Christian religion.
Who did?
I'm telling you, you need to Google.
Oh, good Lord.
So did you feel you were being disrespectful, or just you were just having fun with some of the crucifixes and stuff like that?
I don't even know what I mean, we did maybe 2 jokes about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you think the Catholic Church went a little too far? More so than my cartoon.
All right, listen.
A couple of jokes. I know this is a morning show. You can't bring up all those crimes.
You know what? Technically,
they just sort of kept moving them around. You know, like those killer whales at SeaWorld. After it kills a trainer, they'll then move it up to Seattle. They don't give them their background.
The two are fundamentally incompatible. That's why woke audiences often find themselves frustrated at comedy shows. They're not there to laugh. They're there to critique, to dissect every word for hidden meanings and potential offenses. Comedians see this, and more are starting to push back, refusing to bend their act to fit.
And I say, well, you can't say that. You've got to say you don't find them funny, you know. And I hate it when people say that joke was offensive. I got to say, no, you've got to say you found it offensive. Because it's all about feelings, and feelings are personal. And there's loads of types of comedy, and comedy evolves, you know. There's a new type of comedy at the moment called woke comedy, right? No, it's very progressive, you know. There are some clubs now where the comedian has to sign a thing saying he won't say anything contentious or he won't say anything that could offend anyone. It's a safe space for the audience. Woke comedy. And I tried to watch a bit of it, and I decided I'd rather watch Louis C.K. masturbate.
Woke culture has twisted logic beyond recognition. They preach tolerance but demand complete obedience. They champion inclusion but exclude anyone who doesn't fall in line. They say gender is a social construct but demand specific pronouns that reflect a gender's supposedly non-existent reality. The rules are always changing.
Like back in the 70s, I thought it was cool, you know? Over the last couple of years, though, I think that whole woman's movement, it's really starting to morph into kind of like this reverse pimping kind of thing, you know? Because every time I see them on TV, they always say, all we want is to be treated exactly like guys, right? But if you listen to them, they don't. They only want the good stuff of being a guy. They look at a guy's life like it's like a buffet. Like you just can start picking out stuff, like same amount an hour, we'll take some of that. Pay for the movie, that's okay, you can keep that one, I don't like that one. This is nice, that's yucky, that's icky. I mean, come on people, you can't choose.
This is the nonsense that Matt Walsh and other comedians confront daily. They call out the insanity, pointing out that a world where feelings override facts is a world without any truth at all. Each time a comedian takes on this absurdity, they're exposing woke logic for what it is. An ever-shifting mess of contradictions and hypocrisy.
It's, you know, she looks old. That just hits a woman deep in the...
Who did I say that to?
I think you said something about the Sex and the City women, like about...
I said it was airbrushed, and I said, we know how old you are, girls. I saw one of you in an episode of Bonanza. No, I was saying, why lie? There's nothing wrong with being 50 or looking 50.
But you're not a woman. I get you.
I don't think you lose your sensuality at 50.
What makes woke culture truly absurd is its constant need for outrage. It's not just about being offended, it's about finding something new to be angry about day after day.
Stay safe from the woke virus and stand your ground. If you want to see more beatdowns of a failed ideology, check out this next video. Please subscribe so we can promote free speech and restore normal order to our planet. Cue the outro song.
We are the anti-woke police, here to save the world.